tell the truth, and shame the devil. I love being black. All right, this is your boy Martin G, aka the Crime Chaser. We live, uncut, unedited, coming late tonight. Appreciate you guys for tuning in tonight. Was out there watching that game, that Golden State Warrior game. They got stomped. I mean, they got stomped. They was favored to take it in 6, I believe. All right, come on in, people. We are live, uncut, unedited. This is where we tell the truth and shame the devil. Yep. Are we victims? All right. Come on in, night shift. I know you out there working the night shift. You can put your headphones in and listen to me. Not only me, listen to all of us. All right, tomorrow. Good evening, Sharice. Right. Y'all here. I'm here too. I'm telling you, I'm here too. I am here. I got a good hour, maybe 2, depending on how we operate. Tonight, I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Tell somebody. You already know what it is. You already know what it is. You already know what it is.
What is it?
Live,
and
uncut, unedited. Tell the truth.
And what?
And shame the devil.
What?
I love being black.
All right, y'all moving on in slowly but surely. Come on in, YouTube family, Facebook family, my Twitter X family, come on in. We looking for some callers tonight. They say when our black people are going to pull back black children first. Okay. What's up, Nathan? King Pisces. Mary Golden, what's up, Mary? Maybe 3 hours Friday, that maybe depend on how it go. Maybe depend on how it go. Yeah, you know how it go, we follow the lead. We'll see. Open up these phone lines. Are we victims? We ain't got to wait on everybody else. We can get busy. Get busy. Yep. Are we victims? Some people say, oh, dang, Martin, put the guns on. Away, okay. Yeah, they got a lot of things going on with them guns. Yeah, put them guns down. They got a lot of things going on with them guns. Candy Apple, what's going on? Appreciate you. I really do appreciate you. Somebody tag somebody, let them know that I'm live tonight. I'm live, uncut, unedited. Tell the truth. Shame the devil. Yeah, I'm live. I think I got a good hour. Maybe a good hour. Yeah. Come on in, people. We're live, uncut, unedited. We tell the truth. Shame the devil. I tell you, it's a blessing to be living in the land of the living. I know so many people that's sleep in their grave would love to trade places with us. I tell you, they would love to be on this side. This is my type of topic because we are definitely victims and have major victim mindset, okay? And they are talking about your arms, all my little guns. I got little guns, little some systematic issues, but we do a lot to each other. Yeah, are we victims? I think we are victims in our own communities and prisoners in our own neighborhood. Okay. Ken Teller, I love being black. Where is it at?
I love being black.
Adam said, no, I'm saying with you, with your arms are big and swole. All our legs swole. Hey, all right, Shanita Martin, this topic is fire. Oh, yeah. Are we victims? The actual guns are not the problem. Okay. Flexing on us. Oh, yeah. Don't wait until things get juicy to get off, Mr. Martin. I got to leave y'all hanging. You know, I got to lead y'all on a little bit. You know that. Got to leave y'all on, you know. Yeah. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. Y'all ain't doing nothing tonight. Some of y'all single just like me. Come on, get on this live and let's talk. You know that man acting up, that woman acting up. Come on, get your mind off the man. And let's get into this subject. Uh-huh. Are we victims? Are we victims? Are we victims, people? Mm-hmm. Are we victims? Come on in, come on in, come on in, people. I'm gonna need some callers. I'm definitely gonna need some callers. Let me the number is on the thumbnail and let me put it up here. All right. All right. Are we victims? Mm-hmm. Come on in, live, uncut, unedited. All right, I'm shooting my text out to some folks. I know they working a night shift. They just sit and listen. Yep. Come on in, good people. Come on in. We got one caller. Are we victims? Are we victims? LaDonna, I see you. I see you. The subject is loaded. Yeah. Let's go. Here I am. You here? Okay. Are we Kanika, what's going on, Kanika? All right. I got this young lady. Hey, young lady, she always speak well. How you doing? 6 8.
I'm all right, Martin. How are you and everybody tonight?
All right, you gonna talk real fast and get off the phone. Tell us what it is. Huh? I ain't mad at you. So
Well,
you ain't
I do.
you listen.
My point. I don't want to
Right. You ain't did nothing wrong.
with nobody.
You ain't did nothing wrong. You don't want no smoke. Say what you speak your piece and hey, you ain't did nothing wrong. Go ahead. Let's see what you got to say.
Two sides of it.
Okay.
I see two sides of it. A lot of us say that we are victims when we are just expressing how we feel in this America. And of course, we've come a long way. They thought Obama was like drew the line in the sand, but that's not true. Look at what's going on now. So when we complain now about all the rollbacks and everything that's going on, you have some of us who supported Trump and they supported him for their reason. But then when you look at everything that he's doing to Black America, and then when we or somebody like me, because I didn't support him, we start stating what he's doing, we be saying, "Oh, well, you're in a victim mindset." I'm not in my victim mindset. I now have more rights than what my granddaughter had. I'm not a victim. I'm angry, and I'm mad. So I don't consider myself in a victim mentality. If you're talking about race issues, but if you're talking about this neighborhood stuff, I don't even think I'm a victim either because that is still systemic issues in our neighborhood that trickle down and it's just still there. So no, I don't think I'm a victim. I just think I am awake and I'm hollering and I'm screaming about what's going on. So victim mind, no. But I have a lot of people that I talk to with this the brothers or sisters that say you're in your victim mind. I don't think so. Sometimes it's like I got mine, you got to get yours in our community.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you're a victim. I'm not a victim, so we need to stop that. So that's just my 2 cents. Yes, I'm exiting the call now. If I need to call back in, I will.
Okay. All right. No problem. All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. All right. I see. Who else came on here? Stephanie Holmes. What's up, Miss Stephanie? I see you. 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 Nathan said, in most cases, society treats blacks like criminals and whites like the victims. But that's just my opinion and what I've seen over 55 years. Okay. All right.
All right, are we victims? I'm asking a question. Are we victims? Call in. Call in. Let me hear you guys. Are we victims? Are we victims? I want to hear from you guys. Are we victims? Let's stir this pot up. We got stir it up. Let's see what's going on. Are we victims? Are we just, do we have a victim mindset? Do we have a legitimate complaint about America? The way we've been treated in this country. Do we have a legitimate complaints or a complaint? I want to hear from you, Mary. Okay. I want to hear from you guys. Listen, y'all see the number up there? 872. Let me type it in. We ain't going to bite. You can say what you say and get off the phone. And man, I want to hear what you have to say, right or wrong, good or bad, ugly or pretty. I want to know what it is. You already know what it is. Live, uncut, unedited. Tell the truth. All right, I'm putting the call-in numbers up there, pinned to the top. I need some callers. Are we victims? And I'm referring to black people. Are we victims? I want to hear. Are we victims? Somebody need to call in. Nobody want to. Blacks have always been a scapegoat. All right. Been used as a scapegoat, as Mr. Ken Taylor says. Okay. Mary Golden says, my grandmother's name, Mary Golden. Bless her soul. I now live in Indianapolis, and we all suffer the same profile. Okay. All right. Come on, y'all. Where y'all at? I want to hear from some folks. Y'all quiet. Y'all quiet. Call in. The numbers are open. No waiting. Give me your opinion, your honest opinion. Are we victims? I promise you, I would not reveal your identity. I know some of you work with them and you don't want to say anything, and I feel it. I feel you. I feel you. Mary, we definitely have a legitimate complaint about the corporations that we call America. Okay. We got 317 calling in. Raven Harris. What's up, Miss Raven? Raven is outspoken. What's up, Peggy? Peggy in the house. Bloomington in the house. While y'all waiting, check in. Where y'all calling from? I mean, where y'all from? Check in.
Swag 317.
All right. Let's see what 317 has to say. Are we victims? I'm just asking the question.
Hey, brother.
In your own, what's your opinion? I'm not here to debate with you now, so don't try to get me into no debate. So I'm just letting you know. I'm just wanting to hear what you got to say.
I watched your show now.
Okay.
I learned it now. Brother.
Okay. All right.
I got it.
I'm
at the store. I was trying to wait till I got out the store, but I didn't want you to get off before.
Okay.
Because I'm at the store right now. So
okay.
Sorry, man.
Okay, no problem.
But yeah, so I honestly, and to the caller that just called, well, her little scary self, she always calling and then hang up. You need to stay in and that's the one. She got on there yesterday. We was talking and then hung up. Stop getting off the phone, nurse. Stop being scared. Talk to us. All right. So I feel like that there's definitely some type of victim mindset in our community because we're always blaming it on the white man. We're always blaming our situations and what we're going through on them. We never really hold ourselves accountable for what goes on. We only march when, don't take me wrong, we do march sometimes. We have those little neighborhood stop the violence walks, but they're not something that happens consistently. When a white person kills us, we want to march and tear stuff up. But when we kill each other, it's just what it is. So I'm trying to understand where this mindset comes from, where people feel like it's because of somebody else the reason they're not successful. When you're in a country that, to me, used to be one of the most racist countries, and in some aspects it still has racism, but coming from a man who has seen the world, there's a lot more racism in other places. How can a country who has laws against racism be considered the most racist country in the world? And I hear people say that America's the most racist country in the world. I'm like, have you been to Russia? Have you been to India? Like, I'm not understanding where these logics come in. Now, don't get me wrong, we are systematically down, but we can systematically come up just the same, but we don't trust each other. We don't build in each other. We could get together and buy buildings. We could get together and do whatever, but we don't. We don't trust each other. We have this disconnect between each other. And yes, the racism that played a part years ago does take aspect into what's happening and why our community is so far off now. But as of right now, there's nothing that a white man can do that I can't do. Like, there's no laws preventing me from being great. So the only thing preventing you from being successful is yourself. And if you have this mindset of the white man's holding me down, then you will never get nowhere in life. So I really pray and hope that us as a community, we really start holding each other accountable like we did back in the day when neighbors could whoop the kids, when, you know, somebody seen your son or child doing something and we could snatch them up. We need to get back to loving each other and to trusting in each other. But right now, the game is to be sold and not to be told. And that's why we can't benefit from each other, because I have to pay you to get knowledge. There's no other race that does that with each other. Most other races in the community, money goes through their community several times before it leaves. When it's in our community, we don't even touch it. We don't even own the things in our community. So if we want to change something, we should change how we are and not worry about what they're doing. Am I making sense, Mr. Martin?
No, you ain't got to make. You got a point. I'm not saying anything. I'm not here to debate. I just want to hear what you guys have to say. You know, I hear you. I hear you. I'm not. I'm not. But I'm not trying to rebuttal against you. I'm just listening to you.
I want that woman to call back. The woman talking about Trump. Where's she at? I want her to call back.
Mm-hmm.
And we blaming everything on the president. Eggs go up. It's Trump's fault, right? Where do we draw the line here? Like, everything that's happening is this man's fault. And, you know, I have never, and I want black people to understand, we have never seen a white man publicly humiliated like we've seen Trump. There's reasons for that, but we don't pay attention to that. We just want to hate. But I want that woman to call back because she had a good topic, and I want to respond to what she was saying.
Okay.
Anybody call in? Is it just me, Mr. Martin?
It's just you. I'm letting you rattle. Do what you have to do. You get your opinion out. And I want to hear from other folks. I'm going to put the number back up. Go keep talking to somebody. Somebody calling in now. She just called back, too.
Oh, she's calling in, so she's not scared.
You called her out, you know.
Come on, nurse.
Mm-hmm. She'll be in shortly.
She in here, Mr. Martin?
She'll be in 1 second. Take about 30 seconds to get in. Listen to the prompts. You know, I ain't got it real quick. I let them get to hear them.
This is Mr. Martin. Turn off your television.
That's right.
Take it off.
Man, listen. How would you want to be on a panel and you can't hear nothing? People echoing and all that.
I love the way you run your show.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Okay. He called you out, 6843. Go ahead, say your thing and hang up.
Nurse Lanier in the building.
All right, let her talk now.
317.
Let her talk. Let her talk.
317.
Let her talk now. Go ahead. Don't cut off.
Is there anything I have to say, Miss Lanier?
I heard some of it, but when you call in, it kind of cuts off. But I heard you ask where that woman at. Here I am.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'm not blaming everything on Trump. However, I do see, and I hope everybody else sees, the DI, the plane crashes. Everything is because you was black. Everything is just black. So yes, I do blame Trump for a lot of things because, to me, in my opinion, in my experience, I'll be 53 in June. I've seen a lot. So I am from the south side of Chicago, and going to the amphitheater when the circus was letting out, I had to run across that viaduct before they got to my little tail. So he's talking about make America great again. He's an old man trying to go back to the time when we were just able to do menial things. He's taken back civil rights. Women can't we can't have full control of our bodies. He's taking out people from the colored people from out of the army. He's doing everything that's rolling back to in his time. And if people need to understand how his history, how many times he's been sued for being racist, not only him, but his father. So if you just talking about his machismo and all this, and people think that, oh, I like the way he's a straight shooter. Yeah, he's a straight shooter, but guess who the gun is aimed at? It's aimed at you. So I don't understand why I can't say that, yeah, Trump has a lot to do with this. If you look at things, the atmosphere in America, when you had Obama, when you had Bush, when you had all the other presidents, we didn't have this. The ugly racism didn't raise their head. Only thing I can give him credit for is I'm glad to see that America has not changed. They were just held down by laws that he's now taken back. So if you have anything else you want to ask me, I'm here on the line with you, sir.
I hate to tell you, but America is definitely changing. But I don't want to go too far off the topic of Mr. Martin saying this is about being victims. But what I do want to say is that you guys literally blame this man for everything that has nothing to do with justice, if you ask me. So, I think eggs was expensive before, and then we talk about, are they trying to bring back and bring back the 50s? That'll never happen. But even still, the 50s was when communities were together. Black people actually was doing better back then than right now. Did you know that?
Well, what I can say is you saying community-wise, but I'm
Single
talking about...
motherhood is now at 70%. It was at 20%. Single motherhood in the Black community is 70% now. It was at 20%. Less than 20%.
Then you need to ask for brothers why they're not staying in the house.
No, you can't just blame. There's really not a blame for this. We allowed the government to come in and manipulate us. We allowed the government to come in to manipulate us and divide us.
But wouldn't Trump be the government?
The Black people for 60 years. You will never see another Democratic president. So I hope all you Democrats, hope y'all go out and vote, because I don't think it's ever going to happen again. I don't think Democrats.
So you okay? I'm sorry, I won't cut you off. I'm sorry. Are you okay with the way the tariffs and the way that things are going now, the economy? You okay with that?
Talking about tariffs. Tariffs has been going up every year since 1990. Tariffs went up 23, 30% with just Biden in. There's always
but now we're at 145%.
Something is going to happen. When I first moved to where I live, my rent was $900 for a 2-bedroom. It is now $1,800 for a 2-bedroom. That ain't got nothing to do with the president.
I beg to differ. I think it's different, because you have to understand, even the tax laws that was under Biden, because when you're president, he signed it in and it goes for so many years. Everything that was happening under Biden with the taxes, it was Trump's tax laws, and I don't think people really understand that.
Ms. Lanier,
yes.
This is go. Yes. I hate to dagger you like this, but
go ahead.
Let's talk about it. Let's really talk about it. So we've been voting for Democrats for 60 years plus, right? This man comes in, sits down, and starts writing and releasing people from jail, all these executive orders. Why come none of our presidents can sit down and write executive orders to benefit us? Why did it take... hold on, wait a second. Why did it take this man that nobody likes, who is literally the only president who has done what he said he's going to do? He said, when I get in, I'm releasing these people. I'm doing this. LGB is out. Is going to be man and female. And he comes in and does it. And he sits down on national television and signs these executive orders. So why is it that the Democratic Party has never done that in benefit of the people that's voting for them? And that's the real question.
I agree with you 100% about him coming in and doing what he's doing, but he's doing executive orders. What I think is he's out of order for doing that. He's bypassing Congress. He's bypassing that. So that's the only thing that I see. Yes, he's coming in and doing everything. He's out of order. He's totally
out of order for signing executive orders in the face of people.
Absolutely.
So
absolutely.
So let me ask you this. So if we would have voted Miss Kamala in, and she would have came in and she would have changed the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America, if she would have been sitting down and signing executive orders for the benefit of the Democratic people, we would be praising her like Jesus.
I don't think so, because you have to still think about the Constitution. I know Trump to me is immoral.
So you're telling me
everything. If you understand.
Wait a minute. Listen here. You never answered. So you're saying if Miss Kamala Harris came in and did the exact same thing for the Democrats that Trump did for the Republicans, signing on national television, if she came in and the first thing she did was change the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America and start signing executive orders in front of the world, you mean to tell me I wouldn't be praising her?
I would not.
Okay.
What is the purpose of changing a body of water that the world sees as something? That's a narcissistic man. If you want to talk about,
because he's
always been a narcissist. He's always been narcissistic to me. Of course, if you want, if you really want to talk about a great leader, we need to be looking at Ibrahim Touré over there
in
that
word around
Africa.
Like it's throw that word around like it's like
he's a narcissist.
That's crazy. As many women are saying that people are narcissistic, that's crazy to me. He's narcissistic because he's signing executive orders.
He freed the J6s. Can you put yourself, if you imagine, if we would have scaled those walls and did all those things, do you think that we would have come out, we would have fared out like them? Do you think that he would have came in and say, oh, let me let them out?
The difference between us and them is they're not afraid to die. They rush that for what they believe.
Are you
Black
kidding?
people too scared. Wait a minute.
Are you? Oh, no.
Black people.
Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry. Excuse me.
We are not our grandfathers. Our grandfathers walked through Selma knowing they was gonna get attacked by dogs.
And you just answered you just rebutted yourself when you saying about our grandfathers did.
Let me finish. Let me finish what I'm saying so you can understand what I'm saying. So
go ahead. I'm sorry.
Our grandfathers were not scared to do that. They ran in that bitch. They didn't know if they was gonna get shot. They didn't know nothing. They just ran in that bus. We too scared to believe in what we believe in so hard that we'll die for it. And that's the difference between us and them. And that's why they don't mess with them, because they will go complain. If a cop does something wrong to them, they'll go complain. If a cop does something else, we'll just walk away. We don't complain. We don't make complaints. We just go about our business. That's the difference.
Okay, well, let me just remind you of Malcolm X. Medgar Evers.
I'm almost finished.
Okay, but you're talking about people who was not that we wasn't afraid to die. Are you kidding me? We had people die for us to get the rights that we had, the civil rights. So don't act like that because they were criminals that did that.
Listen here, you will have
no, it's a difference.
So you can understand before you respond to it, so you know exactly what I'm saying. Because you're responding too fast. You know, I didn't get it fully out. So what I'm trying to say is that our forefathers were not afraid. We are afraid. When the police come, we walk away. If the police is tackling our girlfriends, we sit and watch. My grandfather would have never watched a police officer tackle his wife. We're not the same. So if we believed in the same thing where we're willing to run in there and they know we'll do it, they wouldn't shoot us either. You can't just shoot people on national television, and that's genocide, first of all. So you can't just come in there shooting at the people in your country, then all the other countries will fight you. We too afraid to even do that. But go ahead, Ms. Lanier, I'm listening to you now.
Okay, I beg to differ. All of the points you made to me doesn't make any sense. I'm sorry, because I do remember my history. I do know how the civil rights laws and everything was enacted when brave, our grandfathers, as you call them, walked across Selma Bridge. I do remember everybody. I remember all of them. You got to remember those soldiers in there, they fought and their blood bled in this ground for us to do everything. And that man took the 1964 Civil Rights Act and trying to destroy what those brothers died for. And let me remind you, we had the BLM marches. So don't say that we're afraid. No, we're not. We just treated differently. Like I said, BLM marches, we was marching in the street during COVID, might I add you. We were there in COVID, might I add you. Marching through the street, we wasn't afraid to die. However, we got dogs on us, we got the smoke guns, everything. We wanted to send the army on us. But you can tell, even today, even if you notice today, white people are marching in droves, and you do not see the violence. You don't see the police. You don't see anything happening to them. That's why they're telling everybody in our community, stay your butt at home and let them march. Because when we come out, they're going to come out. So that's the difference. J6ers should not have been let out of jail. They actually went into the federal court and said, yes, I'm guilty. And he still waved his pen and said, no, y'all can come home. And in my opinion, he let them come home because whenever he wanted to kick something out again, he still got his gang. He let his gang out. So don't sit and say that we're afraid. We're not afraid. We're smart. I'll say that. And I'm done.
Okay, hold it. We got a new caller. Go ahead, new caller. Marcus, I think it's Marcus.
Yeah, I just want to say this. I don't think that black people are scared today. I mean, these kids, they're not scared. They're not even scared of their own parents. So they're not scared of the police. It's just that we're treated differently. Martin, you was out there, and you seen.
Hey, Marcus, hold it for a second. Y'all keep on talking. I got to take a break, but go ahead. Be right back. 2 minutes. Go ahead. Y'all keep talking. All right. Go ahead, Marcus.
You got to take a restroom break, Mr. Marcus?
Man, you got to put my business out there, man.
You had to go get him a Coke. Like, hold on, I got to get a Coke out the fridge.
Go ahead, Marcus. I'm listening.
I'll be right back, y'all.
So what I'm saying
It's
is,
good. What about Sprite, baby? Get my Sprite.
black people.
Go ahead, Mr. Marcus.
Black people are not afraid to fight. They are fighting. They are fighting. It's just the way it's being reported. You see, black people don't control the media. Even with black media don't want to pay attention to it. They call it the negative stuff. They only want to report the positive stuff that's going on in our community. They say, and I know this because I work for a black newspaper, they say that the white papers do a good enough job at reporting the negative side of our black community. They didn't even want to put pictures of when we went out to Mount Greenwood. One newspaper I worked for said, no, we don't want to continue to show Chicago like this. But this is Chicago. This is America. So black people have been fighting, just like they would say people in Inglewood don't call the police. People in Inglewood do call the police. The police treat them differently versus what the way they would treat them in Hyde Park or Bridgeport or up on the north side in River North.
Absolutely.
It's racism. And black people, I hear black people saying, we're not our ancestors. We're not the people back in the 60s. My mother grew up in a small town called Mount Bayou. It's all black town in Mississippi. You can Google it. They fought back. They fought back. They did fight. But if you don't control the media, you won't know that. And if I was white, I would show you the lesser side of the black community too, not fighting back. That's what your oppressor would do. Because he wants the kids to think that, hey, they weren't nothing. He wants our young people to feel hopeless. But once our young people see the truth, they're going to rise up. They're already rising up. Even these street kids, they are not stupid. They see what's going on. But they also know that the odds are against them. They approach the police will shoot. They don't care if they is on national TV. They will shoot you, knowing they can get away with it. Aren't you all?
If I could just interject,
hold up, let me finish.
Mr. Marcus, I just want to say with your point, what you said about on the TV, we saw them beat the hell out of Rodney King, and what all of them do, they walked away.
And what happened after that? They
walked away.
They tore up their neighborhood, right? And over a few years, it was forgotten. That's the problem. We march around the block and we don't keep it going until we don't get. We don't keep it going. We let the weather stop us. If it's too cold, no one is marching. If it's too hot, no one is marching. If there's a basketball game going on, no one is marching. Listen to me real good. If you're going to start something, Martin Luther King, they kept it going. Hot or cold, they kept it going until they got what they wanted. If you're going to start something, make the walls of racism fall. Continue to dance in the streets. Continue to disrupt. Don't wait till all the businesses are closed in the evening at 5 o'clock to stage a protest. That's not affecting those rich organizations. They're closed. They're sitting at home watching you on the news. The police lined up ready to crack you in the head. It's a certain way that they treat us and they do the white protesters. They let the white protesters get away. Just like the kids be downtown, right? Everybody's talking about the black kids downtown. It'd be white kids down there acting a fool too. But the police don't be trailing them like that. They only show the black kids because they're afraid of us. They want to keep us in line. They want to keep the fire in our neighborhood. Now that the fire has come beyond the borders of Inglewood, Roseland, Washington Heights, they want to complain. What are we going to do? Oh, now you're affected by it. We've been going through this for decades in this
city. Exactly. It's like when America get the cold, Black America get the flu is what they say, right?
Right.
Okay, y'all getting down at you.
Are you guys saying that America is one of the most? Do you guys think that America is the most racist country in the world?
Yes, it was built on racism. It's bloodline. It's bloodline. Racism is blood flowing through the veins. America is the most racist country in the world, and other countries are following it.
And one point I want to say is just within this week, we had a Caucasian woman call a black child on the playground the N-word. N-word, an autistic one. She put up a GoFundMe page.
And a white woman.
Sir.
Give me one moment.
Sir, let her talk. Go ahead.
I'm just gonna tell you. She called this child an N-word, and it was a Hispanic lady. Why are you calling this black child? He's autistic and everything. She called that child N-word from here to there. That lady has now raised over $300,000, and they put me in $1488. That's how much they're giving her every time. You know what $1488 means? That's the sign from the racists, the Hitler. That's the white nationalists. They all coming out. So while you saying on this phone, on this line, that you need to take your rose glasses off, you need to see. I understand that you want to be kumbaya and teach what it is, but if you are not my age and if you haven't seen it, or if you're not actually in tune with the political atmosphere, of course you'll be snowed or thinking that we don't think we shall overcome. He's trying. When he said make America great again, what year was it great for you, sir? For our people? You're gonna tell me that we was okay in the 50s when we had to still be hushed up? 1964 gave us civil rights. So you would rather go be in 1950 than in 2025 and go under those rules again? I wasn't there. You wasn't there. You have this fantasy world. Stop looking at those black and white movies. That's a movie.
Listen to your ancestors, because I'm gonna tell you this short story. My mother used to tell me this all the time. Her and her brother was in a hot car. These black men, my grandfather had to take this shot. They were giving these black men these shots. He had to go to Tunica, Mississippi, and take a shot go to a courthouse. While they sitting in the car, she saw some water running. She gets out the car. She wasn't thinking about no white-only water fountain. She just saw God's water running, and she was 5 years old. She go to drink some water. This ain't in the history books. Everything ain't in the history books, so you got to talk to people. She go drink some water, and this big, fat, burly white sheriff comes up to her, pulls out his revolver, puts it to her head, and said, "You little nigger girl, can't you read?" And my grandfather came out the courthouse just in time and said, "No, sir, she's just a child." They didn't even care about us. So, look, I understand it's some good white people out here, and the brother probably experienced them. I've experienced them. But as a whole, think about your people. not just you individually, but the way your people are being treated. They created these ghettos. They bring in the drugs and guns and drop them off in our neighborhood, took away the jobs, took away the opportunities, took away the resources, took away the trades after high school, put them in college. Everybody ain't college material. Everybody ain't college material. They took away the resources out of our community. And now you got these kids on the train selling weed because they ain't got, and the school system was shot. They took away the resources at the schools. They reading in books that their grandfathers read out of.
I want to.
They even getting rid of our Black authors. They're telling them our books are being banned. The African American Museum that's in Washington, D.C., they're taking artifacts and things that they're closing it down. So you need to look at what's going on in this world. I understand that you say you're a world traveler. You're a world traveler. That's wonderful. But you live in America. Where you live at is where you need to be focused.
And the world is watching America.
So now it's my turn. I listen to y'all with that fuckery.
Okay.
I listen to all that fuckery.
317. 317. I just want to make one comment. Maybe somebody can Google it. Who has the highest unemployment in this country? Maybe somebody amongst the youth and adults. Who has it? Somebody Google and put it up on the screen. Put it up on the thing. Okay, go ahead, 317. Go ahead. Put your point. Go ahead, 317, and use it to make your point.
Is it us? Is it the black man?
No. No, hold it. Listen. We're gonna put it up. We're gonna let you see it in black and white.
Pretty sure it would be us.
Go. I mean, go ahead, make a point. Go ahead, make your point. I'm not here to debate. I just
want to respond.
Go ahead.
Saying that America is the most racist country in the world. Meanwhile, we have laws against racism. I think that the most racist country in the world would be a country that has no laws against racism. So that means anybody can do anything at any given time and not have to worry about anything. To me, that would be a racist country. Here, if a woman calls you the N-word, she will lose everything. There's people who have lost their entire everything. Black people too. It's black people that said stuff and they've lost jobs. It's white people that said things and they've lost jobs. I wouldn't consider America the most racist place when an African from Africa can come here and literally provide for his entire family. There's no other country in the world that will give you citizenship if you're born here. There's no other country in the world that you can go to and become a multi-millionaire off a simple business. So how is this the most racist country? This is bananas.
So, I just want to.
Wait a minute.
Let me intervene for one moment. Go ahead. You're right. I'm sorry.
I didn't say nothing.
All right. Go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
And this is a nurse saying that. A woman that went to college and became a nurse and makes six figures in America is saying it's the most racist country.
And that's why I'm hollering now, because he's taking away the advantages. The advantages that I've had is going away.
Mr. Martin, you can't control this. Like, I didn't speak when they were speaking.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I apologize. That's why I said when I say get off. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, don't say what you say and get off. Just listen to my reply as I listen to yours. That is a conversation.
I respect you. Go ahead, brother.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So, as I was saying, Nurse Lanier, this is a nurse that is saying this. Like, you make six figures, you make $60 an hour telling me that you're in the most racist country. All right, go to Russia. Has anybody here been to Russia? Has anybody here been to Jerusalem? Has anybody on here been to China? Has anybody in here been to any of these countries? Has anybody been to South or North Korea? North Korea, if they, you know what they say? They say that when I hear my people talk, the black woman is the most unprotected woman in the world, which is
Malcolm X said that. That's Malcolm X.
No, in America,
Malcolm
possibly.
X.
She might be the most unprotected in America, but not
Malcolm X said that. Now I got to interject in that. That's from Brother Malcolm.
In the world, the most unprotected woman in the world is the North Korean woman. This is the most unprotected. You don't even know. Y'all don't even hear about them.
Why did you know? Let me just say this. I live in America, sir. Can we talk about America?
No. The reason why I'm saying that is because the comment was America is the most racist country in the world, which is completely false. Actually,
right now, America is my world.
I'm going to say that America is the least most racist country in the world. It used to be 50
America is my
years
world.
ago. I'm here to tell you that I believe that America is actually the least racist country, actually, because they allow anybody to get citizenship here. Has anybody ever tried to get citizenship in Abu Dhabi, which is the greatest country in like the greatest country is Abu Dhabi. Like their citizens don't do anything. They don't have to work. They don't have to pay rent. They don't if you get married, they give you $30,000, and you can't even be a citizen there. And most of these
that is so nice. But in America, I'm talking about America.
In America, African could come here and marry a woman and get an American passport in 2 years.
But have you listened to Donald Trump in his latest slate? That you see those executive orders? No. Because you're not listening to the executive orders. He's trying to take that away. Even birthright citizens from somebody that's what they quote unquote illegal immigrants, right? And they're trying to take that away. So what you're saying is those people that died like Martin and Luke and Malcolm and all that who got our rights since 1964. I bet that you are in the age range that you had all these free liberties and you understand. That's what you lived up under. But now he's reversing all those laws that everybody else and they fought for. What's wrong with that? Because now hold on, let me finish. Because you're unprotected. Because you're unprotected at this time.
So this is the only country in the world that you can come and just get citizenship. There's no other country you can do that in. So of course they're going to stop it. So that's a privilege. That's not something they have to do. That's a privilege. And that's not, no other country in the world does it. We were the only one. And if I'm incorrect, somebody please tell me. There's no other country in the world you can do that.
So let me ask you this. Have you actually read the Constitution? Do you know what the Statue of Liberty, what she says at the base? Do you understand that we are a country, a melting pot? So what you're saying to me is that you agreeing with this guy that we should just kick everybody out. Don't remember, him and his family are immigrants too. Listen how his wife talks. All he do is marry immigrants.
He wants to. So you need to understand. How did we get back on this Trump thing? We're talking about, is America racist? Trump been president 2 months, 3 months. He ain't got nothing to do with what we talking.
And look at the economy.
I'm talking about the racism of America that we used to go through, but now there is no laws preventing me from doing anything a white person can do.
And what I'm trying to tell you, brother, is he's rolling those things back. You were under the protection. It's no longer there.
Okay, so are you talking about DEI, which we didn't even benefit from?
We was number 5. We were number 5 on the list
from DEI. We didn't even benefit.
But let me tell let me just explain to you this. Even if we were number 5 on the list. I don't know if we were number 5 on the list, but however, the law was there for us to even take it to court. But now that it's taken away. No, it's number 5. They're taking it away. So how are we going to go argue about DEI if it's not even it's non-existent now? So it doesn't matter. Like I said, when America gets a cold, Black America gets the flu. So you need to understand what you're arguing against makes no sense to me. But I respect what you're saying.
The only thing I said is America is not the most racist country in the world. That's all I said.
You were 3/5 of a person, and you understand. Even the governor in Indiana just brought that back up. 3/5 of a person.
I've been to a country that is more.
I'm talking about this country. I'm talking about this country, sir. And all due respect, what I'm trying to tell you is that they're trying to do that to you again.
Okay, that's cool.
They're trying to make it great for them again.
The comment is that America is the most racist country in the world. That's all I'm talking about. That is completely false. 100%.
Okay, well, I'm glad that you traveled. I'm glad that you traveled, but I'm from the south side of Chicago, 29th and State Street. So I don't know what you're talking about.
You're a nurse. So now you're a nurse in the country you said is the most.
That Malcolm and everybody else died for me to go to school and have those rights and get in my DEI and all that benefited me. Now he's taking it away. So I'm still worried about the people that's coming behind me.
DEI benefited white women the most.
The most, but it still benefited us.
It benefited us least on the list.
It was beneficial.
So white women benefited from DEI the most. Black women didn't even.
You can say what you want to say, but what you're doing is
Are you saying that's not
That's
a fact?
your fact. That's no.
So-
you should say everything you should say. You should say in my opinion before you talk.
Ms. Lanier, was white women the most beneficial of DEI? Yes or no?
I will tell you, white women, yeah, they were. But we were number 5 on the list.
Wait a minute. So how is it my opinion if you just stated the fact?
No, you said that we didn't benefit. We did.
No, I said white women benefited the most.
That's a given. Veterans
But
benefited more than we did.
But you said that.
No.
That's not an opinion. That's fact.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm saying to you that you need to realize that DI benefited us. Maybe not in as much as it did, but it was beneficial.
I respect you guys' argument, but America is not the most racist country in the world. I'm telling you that. If you think so, go to Russia where they can spit in your face legally.
Well, Martin is trying to talk to
Okay,
us.
Marcus, I want you to comment on that. I mean, first of all, y'all got to ask him a
Marcus,
question.
you didn't move out the situation, Marcus. Where you at?
Listen.
I am an RN. Somebody just put up on the screen that I'm not a nurse. I'm a registered nurse.
You ain't got to prove yourself to them people.
Y'all better hate no Miss Lanier. Y'all better need her.
Myself right quick.
Go ahead, Marcus, please do.
Well, go ahead, brother. Two people are going at it. One thing about me, I listen. I live in America. So to me, America is the most racist country in the world. Unfortunately, I haven't had the opportunity to travel like you have. So while I wasn't talking, I was listening to your opinion. I was listening to the nurse opinion. And since you have traveled the world, educate us. Educate us. Educate the people that don't know. Teach us what we don't know. All we know is what we have experienced here in this country. And in some neighborhoods, in some cities, you walk down the street, you go into the store, they're looking at you. You can have a good job. I had a good job. I work for a newspaper, and they still treat you differently from white people. Even when I'm shooting major sporting games, we have to work a little harder as the black press to get in these events. When a white person who don't even work for a newspaper can get in the same event, but we got to turn flip-flops, come with our T's crossed and our I's dotted real good just to get in these events. Institutionalized racism. Now, you traveled the world, you've seen better things, you've seen worse things, and you've come to realize that America is not the most racist country in the world. So I'm not going to go backwards and forwards and argue with you with that because that's your opinion and you standing on that opinion and you state it as a fact. So I will be quiet and listen to y'all argue, but we're experiencing racism over here. Trump is not only taking away what you all were talking about, but what about the black people who can't work? He wants to cut them off of those benefits. He wants to cut them off of Medicaid and all of that. What should they just die in the street? Should we just give up? Should we just give up all our rights that we do have? Because some people feel that this country is not a representation of freedom. Some people feel that that flag is an illusion and that the freedom that we have is an illusion. Because true freedom is to be able to move when you want to move, do what you want to do, and do it the way you want to do. But here we got to ask permission just to barbecue in the park. We got to ask permission to park our car downtown. We got to ask permission to drive on the road. That ain't free.
Our freedom is not free.
Let's ask ourselves a question of why that is, right? When we get down to the logistics of it, me and Mr. Martin had this discussion before. When you talk about the population of black people in America is only 15%, 16%, yet 70% of the violent homicides come from us. So the world, seeing the music that we make and shoot them up and everything that they see us doing, they're afraid of what they see.
I'm sorry. I think you bought into a fact. You bought into a lie. You bought into a lie with that statement.
Yeah, because the music industry stopped promoting positive music and forced these young black men to make that music. And by them coming out of the ghettos and they poor and they desperate, they're going to do whatever it takes. They're not thinking about the effect that it has. I believe NWA started that gangster rap and they later realized that it was the worst thing that they ever did. and they destroyed the black community with that gangster rap. It's some static, and I mean, it is.
Yeah. Hold on, Marcus.
Somebody's got some static.
Yeah, he in the truck. Roll your window up, be red. You come on, talk. He in the truck, y'all. Go ahead. 214.
What I'm trying to say is,
Hold it, Marcus. Let the 214 say what he got to say. Then he can put his phone on mute. Go ahead.
Hey, Marty.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm gonna talk. Give me 15 minutes to get to the truck stop so this truck will stop making all this noise.
Okay.
I don't want to interrupt the show. Give me 10 minutes. Just put me on hold.
Okay. All right.
All right.
Hey, Mr. Martin, I got something to say.
Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, so as I was stating to y'all, so when they see all these things, and this is not just white folks, this is black people too. Whenever I'm in the park and a bunch of people walking past me, I clutch. Like, okay, whether they white, whether they black, not saying, like I said, I'm not saying that racism does not exist, because we know that racism exists. But racism to me does not exist to the point where you can't be something in life. You can be anything you want. Like you said, Miss Nurse Lanier, you're from the project south side of Chicago, right? I'm from Indiana. I'm from Indianapolis, so I know what's up. And now you're a nurse living somewhere else in some living luxury. So it's all about choices. Like my brothers, they choose to sell dope in the hood. They choose to do that. And I was around it. I could have did it, but I didn't. I ain't never been to prison in my life. Why? Because I didn't engage in those things. I chose to do differently. Yeah, they bring the guns in the hood. Okay, and? Yeah, they bring the dope in the hood. Okay, and? Do they make you sell it?
No, they don't.
Choice.
no,
It's a choice.
It's a choice.
You
You're
are
right.
choosing. Wait. Then they say, oh, the white dude get locked up. He get this many years. The black dude get locked up. He get this many years. Okay, so if you knew that, why are you doing the crime? Don't tell me you can't, because I ain't did a crime. I ain't did no crime. I ain't been locked up. So you can do it too.
That's a valid point. That's a valid point. However, what I'm mad about is that the opportunities that I had to get to where I am, we have a man in there that's now trying to take it away.
Oh
so
God.
that's why I'm angry. That's why I am angry.
Stop talking about Trump. You obsessed with him.
Now, because that's the president that's doing it. That's see, that shows me that you're not following the political atmosphere, or you don't do political science.
Okay,
what he's doing is he's everything that. Listen, no, let's give me a moment.
Let her talk. Go ahead.
Give me 1 minute. Everything that you're saying is correct.
But then I got to give you a moment.
Everything you're saying is correct. And what I'm saying is the people before me, when you're talking about the forefathers, the Martins, the Malcolms, the Medgar Evers, they fought for that. They got that for me. So now I had the chance. That's the only way I had the chance. And now you have a man in there that's saying, hey, I don't want that for them no more. And I'm saying, for me, said, wait a minute. Said, what about my grandkids? You telling me that they got to go to my grandmother, and you saying that it's okay? So you telling me I'm blaming the man? I'm not blaming. I'm telling you his actions is what's bothering me.
So
that's what I'm saying to you.
Okay, that's fine. But what I'm saying is that we have a choice not to do certain things. So yes, they're bringing drugs in our hood, because I heard that's what the brother said. Yes, they're doing these things, but we can choose not to do that. So life is about choices. And if you're going to say,
okay, 317. Hold on.
Yes, sir.
Hold on. 206. I need you to turn Facebook down or off or something. Then I'll let you speak. Turn it all the way down.
Man, I'm sorry, it's off.
Okay,
I
go.
want to ask him a question.
Okay, hold on.
You agree with what I was saying?
Hold it. 317. Now I've been letting you rattle now. Let's give somebody else a chance to hear their opinion. Go ahead, 206. Go ahead, 206.
Yes, Brother Johnson. Greetings.
Greetings.
Apologies on the
Right.
noise. Couple of questions and a comment. For the brother that I think you said he's 317.
Yes, sir.
I've got just a quick question for him, and then I got another comment and a couple things. So 317. Can you hear me?
He hear you.
Hello?
I'm with you, brother.
Okay, question. And this is I'm not trying to be disrespectful or cast any shade, but I'm just curious. There's a concept called a foundational Black American. Have you heard of that?
No.
You haven't heard of that? Foundational Black American is a Black American who's original to the country, whose ancestors were here no later than 1865 at the end of the Civil War. They're Black people who are considered native to the United States. Does that clear it up a little bit for you?
Yes, sir.
Does
Yes,
that
sir.
make sense? So my question to you is, do you qualify as a foundational Black American?
Wait, what?
No, you heard my question. There's nothing funny. I'm not joking. I ain't Tyler, Bernie Mac up here. Do you qualify as a foundational Black American? That's all I'm asking. If you don't want to answer it, that's fine.
No, I'm going to answer. I haven't heard of that till today, so I really can't even I have to do more research on that before I can.
You don't, because I just explained it to you and I gave you a specific.
I mean, you can explain it to me,
move
man,
right
but let me do some research on that, so I can't really answer that. But what is the outlook of what you're saying, though?
Okay, well let me get on with my comment and one more thing, and I promise I won't be long-winded. I promise.
Go ahead.
You know, we talk about what country is the most racist country. The United States is racist or it's not racist. All that's irrelevant because we as a people have contributed to the creation and existence of this country. We didn't create Dubai or Russia or China or any of these issues, any of these other countries. The racism in America is what concerns us because number one, we're Americans, and number two, our blood is in this soil, in this country. Therefore, our victimization or the racism committed against us is important for us here in the United States because we're vested in this country and no other country. Now, to the woman that's a nurse, I'm going to read, what's the young lady's name? And this is my final issue. And
I'm Lanier. My name is Lanier. Shanita Lanier.
Okay, Lanier. Lovely name, Lanier. Good hearing from you. Now, you're a nurse, is that correct?
I am.
Now, what I'm going to do, and I'm going to copy and paste this in the chat, and I'm going to read you some, and this is a question to everybody. I'm going to read you some headlines. And this is from CNN. It's just a few of them. And they are as follows from CNN. Black newborns more likely to die when looked after by white doctors. Fox 42 study. This is out of Fox 42. I forget what city that is, but it's a local affiliate of ABC. Oh, I'm sorry, of Fox. Sorry about that. Study. Black newborns 3 times more likely to die when looked after by white doctors. The third one. Mm-hmm. This is sciencenews.org. What we can learn from how a doctor's race affects a black newborn survival. And I'm saying this in part because we were all black newborns, you know what I'm saying? And then here's another science news. Are black newborns more likely to survive with black doctors? And these are news articles. And almost all of them are peer reviewed except the one in CNN, because CNN, they'll peer review that. This is the Manhattan Institute. Check this out. Do black newborns fare better with black doctors? The limits of measuring racial concordance. So my question to you all, and I'll copy and paste this and put it in the chat so you all can copy the links and read the articles yourselves. For those of us who say that that there is no racism in America or there is no anti-black activity in the 9 areas of human activity: economics, education, entertainment, labor law, politics, religion, sex, or war, as per the late Neely Fuller, then how do we explain this difference in survivability of our children under the care of white healthcare providers? Anybody care to try to answer that?
I can answer that to you. I can answer that clearly, brother. Sure. It's called medical apartheid in America. There's a book. There's a book that people can read. It's called Medical Apartheid. And that's one of the things that I'm glad I am a black nurse, because I am there fighting on the front. Every time I walk out of a room, I'm saying, you got to give her this, you got to give her that. I'm a labor and delivery nurse by specialty. So you hit the nail right on the head with me. I know the problems and the issues that we go through. I actually worked in Cook County Jail as a nurse, and I seen when the doctors came in and when Becky came in and Shaniqua, even though those names, Becky got this and Shaniqua got that. So I came out and said, I need you to give her the same thing. So that's why it's important for us to show up in those spaces. because medical apartheid is still here in America. And yes, you are absolutely right. Thank you for bringing that point up.
And you know what? You know another name for medical apartheid is? It's called racism. It's called anti-black racism.
Absolutely, but I'm letting you know that there was a book called Medical Apartheid.
Oh, Harriet Washington.
Today, so people can know. Yeah.
Harriet Washington.
And I want to ask both of y'all. This is 317. I want to ask both of y'all. So we all know that these things exist, but does racism exist to the point where you can't be successful? That's my question.
How do you define success?
There you go.
Oh, he got to be kidding.
No, I'm not kidding. I'm asking, how do you define success?
You got to forgive my sense of humor. I know you ain't got a sense of humor, brother. I got a sense of humor. I'm sorry. So,
I don't have a sense of humor on this subject. I don't. Go ahead.
So what I'm saying is there is no laws preventing anybody from doing anything. So yes, that could be possible. A black baby could be born, and something could happen with the white doctor. Nobody's saying, I'm not just discounting that. But what I am discounting is that you can't be successful. That same baby that made it from that white doctor can grow up and be a doctor delivering babies just like that doctor. There's nothing preventing him from doing it.
Only thing what he's saying, 317, what he's saying is that the chances of that baby surviving that white doctor is very, very low. Because they do not treat black women. They don't treat black people. Let me give this idea. Do you know who Robert F. Kennedy, the new person that's over our health, is telling everybody in the world that black people's immune systems is different than white people, and we don't need the same treatment or the immunization chart that everybody has. So that's what I'm saying. That's who Trump appointed. So let me tell you, medical apartheid is getting ready to come down a little bit harder because that's who's over healthcare. So you need to know what you're talking about before you talk.
We know racism exists. That's not the argument. My argument is that there's nothing preventing you from being great. That is a victim mindset. Thinking
they are in position to true. They are in position. You understand? Now we may have the will, we may have the fight, but we don't have the way because they starting to put their knee on our necks again in this administration, sir. That's all. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, 317. You there?
Yeah, he's still there. Go ahead.
They won't. You say that there's nothing stopping one from being successful, and that's your term, and you never defined it. But I contend that if the infant dies due to malpractice or negligence in a hospital, that would definitely be an area where they would not be able to be successful in life because they were killed or suffered negligence at the hands of white healthcare providers because they don't give a damn about us and they practice anti-black racism. That would be a good example of what I'm talking about.
But I want.
Can I?
Yeah, Marcus. Hold on, Marcus. I'm gonna go to 214 in a minute. I need 317 to define what is success. He haven't really defined it. I want to know. I'm curious. What's your definition?
Success would be anything you dream of doing that you accomplish. So like when I was a kid, I used to dream of seeing the world. When I was in the projects, didn't even know I could even ever do it. I used to dream of seeing the world. I wanted to be a pilot, right? But I ended up not being a pilot, but I ended up traveling the world. So to me, I have lived success in my life from visiting 45 countries because that's what I always dreamed to do. Miss Lanier wanted to be a nurse. She's a nurse. That is success. She is successful in what she wanted to do. So that's what I mean by in success. By anything you dream of doing that you end up accomplishing that you worked hard to get to me would be success. And that would be defined in anybody's life, whatever they dream to be.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Okay, Marcus.
I agree with that. That's it.
All right. So to answer his question, no, racism isn't preventing you from being whatever you aspire to be or dream to be. But if we get too big in America, if black people get too high, they manage to change the playbook.
Just contradict.
They change the rule book. They change the rule book. And I can say this, shooting professional sports, being a part of the black media, we can get in the door, we can get on the floor, and then the following year they changing the rule book, they changing everything. They're trying to figure out a way to legally keep us out without breaking the law. And they let a handful of us slip through the cracks to say that they're not being racist when they really are being racist. They're just doing it from a different angle. But we have to try extra harder. We have to not let even that stop us from accomplishing our dreams.
I got a question.
I agree with that, Black man. I agree with that.
I got a question.
We got answers.
Okay, let me ask a quick one. Thank you, Marcus, for that input. Now, Marcus, let me make sure I understand what you just said. You just it sounded like a slight contradiction there, but I won't get into that. But I could be wrong. But you said that sometimes the higher we get, the more successful they are, they will, and correct me if I'm wrong because I'm kind of paraphrasing, but they will either change the rules or change the circumstances, allowing you to get to where you want to be, and they will allow some of us to be successful, but not all of us to be. Kind of like tokenism. Is that a good summation? Am I surmising what you said properly?
Yeah.
Okay. Now. Yeah. That's just what I need right there. Because this is for 317. This is going to teach us a lot here. So 317. If you were that token who the Hunkies chose to be the one up front to show everybody that they're not racist when they really are, would you define that as success for you?
No.
Why not?
Because that's not my goal. That's not what I'm trying to do. That's not what I'm here. I'm not here to disagree with you guys or to seem like I'm any different from y'all. What I'm here.
If you disagree, that's fine. It's okay.
So what I'm trying to say is, all I'm trying to say is that America was once a place that Black people could not be great, right? That this used to be a place for that, but now there's nothing preventing us. Now we know racism exists. I go in the store, somebody might follow me in. If the police pull me over, they might treat me differently. Yeah, I know that, but that's not the argument that I'm presenting. What I'm presenting is that should not stop you from being great.
Okay. So 317. I don't know you. I never met you. I love you like a brother. You're a member of the family. I got nothing but respect for you. So you're saying that at one point in the United States, there was a time when we had the opposition and hostilities that would prevent us from developing ourselves to our maximum potential. That's I'm surmising, but does that pretty much sum up what you're saying? But wait a minute. Okay. So you're saying that at this point, and this is what, the 2nd of May, 2025, you're saying that those conditions and that situation no longer exist for us, Black people here in the United States, at this date, at this time. Is that correct?
No.
Oh, that's not correct? So please correct.
That's not what I'm saying, no. No, I'm not saying we don't. I just said that I might get followed in the store. I might not get a job because of my hair. It's highly plausible, but what I'm saying is that it's still not going to stop me from being great. That's all I'm saying. Like, you can still be somebody.
Okay. So in 1925, would you have been stopped from 100 years ago? Would you have been stopped from being great?
Certain level of great, yes.
And what date did that change?
What date did that change?
Yes.
Man, that's a hard one. I don't know. The times aren't the same. Can you now drink out the same water fountain? When did that change?
I don't consider that success in any way, shape, or form. You said
it might not be a success. It might not be success to us because we never experienced it. But it's success to my grandfather who experienced it.
So at what point? We get to the truth via a process of questions and answers, and we're all answering each other's questions and asking each other. It's a beautiful thing. Martin, thank you again if I didn't thank you already.
Okay.
But at what point in this country or what circumstances did that condition change for us in America?
Well, there's no specific date that I can think of that.
Through what process
day,
did it change?
Whenever the day stuff changed is when migration happened, when they started allowing black people to go into the same schools, to go into the same workplaces.
You call that migration?
So
you're calling that migration?
When we migrated together, that's when things changed. So what
Integration, not migration. Integration.
Oh, sorry.
It's interesting his choice of words, but go ahead.
I get it. I understand. He just said integration.
It don't matter. Y'all know what I'm saying. But that's when things change. So what I'm saying is that to me it is a victim mindset to still be thinking about the times that we are no longer living, and half of us have never experienced.
I'd love to go on further, but I've talked enough.
Okay, and we got a new caller.
I think you should talk more.
We got a new caller. Let us go. We got a new caller. Let's. I want to see if Be Red wanted to say something. Let's see if hold on. 281. Let me see if 214 ready. 214, you ready yet? Yeah, I know he got his phone on.
Man, I found me a place to park. Man.
Okay, come on with it. Come on with it. Then your buddy next. Go ahead. Come on with it. What's your comment and thoughts?
Oh Lord.
Just tell the truth, shame the devil.
I love being black.
Go, let's get to the business. Get to the business. Get to the business, brother.
I'm finna let it go right here, man.
Go ahead.
I'm not gonna call out nobody's area codes because I'm not doing that nonsense. This is what I'm finna do though. I've been around here I've made 57 trips around the sun. Been around here a long time, and I've seen a lot. And I can't believe that he can't see what we know is obvious. We doing the same things today that we did in the 20s. We entertainers, we athletes, we don't own shit.
Come on,
we don't own a damn thing over here, brother. We ain't doing nothing but tap dancing and catching balls. The same thing that they've been doing since the 1800s and beyond. And that's the sad part. That's if this country wasn't racist, we wouldn't need a 13th Amendment, a 14th Amendment. We wouldn't need a Civil Rights Act. We wouldn't need all these covers.
And shame the devil.
Come on, brother.
And it's so easy for us now to have a minimum amount of success. And I was watching TV one day, and I was watching this toolbox on our phones, and a man was in a little deal. He said 100 of the richest black white men in this country can buy all the wealth of every 40 million black people in the nation. 100 white men could buy us out lock, stock, and barrel. 100 to 40 million. That's every man, woman, and child. They could pay our ass off. 100 to 40 million. That's the racism that you don't see. That's the racism you don't see. The racism where a brother can go to school, get a master's degree, and still have to work for a honky that ain't even graduated high school. He make more money than you if you got a college degree, if you got a high school diploma. This is facts. He make more money than you. And to get your ass fired if you step out of line with your smart ass. I done been through it all. Black folks who have money. I used to drive a Corvette. Don't you know I didn't drive it for certain jobs that I went to work for, people I work for?
Uh-oh.
I would not drive that car to work.
That's right.
Because that will get your ass fired.
It sure will.
And there goes at that time thought I was making good money. There goes my $65,000 a year job. There goes my house in the suburbs. All that BS that I've been working for that we really think is something is really nothing to them. They'll blow your whole life away with a stroke of a pen and don't give a damn about what happens to you.
It's called executive.
I have also traveled the world, brother. They don't have a racial problem because they don't have any other races. They got Chinese and Chinese. You got Northern Chinese, Southern Chinese, Eastern Chinese, and Western Chinese. You ain't got no blacks over there that they held in slavery, and then they held them there under Jim Crow. And at the end of it, in the last week of Martin Luther King's life, he said, I think that I have delivered my people into a burning house because we gave up everything that we did have for public accommodation. So we could go eat that nasty ass sandwich in the white boy restaurant. So we could go sleep in his dirty ass hotel. So they can spy on us and harass us about our credit card. Well, I want to pay cash. No, you can't pay cash, or you can't stay here. We done been through all of this sweet racism that they got now. And what's so cold about it, I hope he get rid of all of this shit. Because I'm tired of them thinking that they did something for us. Honky, I'm just like the lady in The Color Purple. I didn't even ask you for your shitty hand in marriage. I did not want to be here. It wasn't even God's plan for black men to be here under these conditions. You respect everybody else that come to this country. He could be Indian, he could be Iranian, he could be whatever he is, as long as he ain't black from the south side of Chicago, if he ain't black from the north side of Indiana, Indianapolis, if he ain't black from South Dallas, I would love all of them more than I love you. We made paradise for this motherfucker. Excuse me, man. We made paradise for these people. Of course, they feel good. They can go anywhere in this country and feel completely safe. Completely safe. They can do anything they want to do. They the one that taught us how to fly in private jets, and now we think that's the world. That ain't the world. I want to meet that brother who invented this or that, and his family got the money from it, and now there's 15 generations of billionaires like there is with these other folks. We ain't got nothing over here, man. And if you can't sing and dance or catch a ball, you just a slave out here with the rest of us. Some of us working inside a Maxwell House, and some of us is working in the fields. You the same thing. I don't care how much money you got. You go to the wrong place, they'll lock your ass up. And do the wrong thing, they will lock your ass up and your money can't get you out of jail.
They do worse than that.
Can't get you out of jail. I done seen so many videos of brothers being drugged out of Mercedes-Benz. We watched an NFL football player. He on his way to the game, and this honky drug his ass out of a car like he was nothing. And this man worth $100 million. And a civil servant dragged him out of his car and disrespected him right in front of his place of business. Mm-hmm. And he knew who he was. The brother didn't even say, do you know who I am? He didn't care who you was. You a nigga today. And that's how fragile our life is in this country. Period. Full stop. I'm glad that you've experienced some other countries and some other things around the world. Hey, brother, God bless you. But there's a whole lot of us who came from places that you ain't never seen or been before. I'm begging the brothers to leave Chicago. Begging them to go. Because most of y'all ain't from there no way. Most of your people's in the South. So go on home. They don't want you there. They got no jobs for you there. Before all your kids kill each other out there. Same thing with L.A. I don't remember no brothers out living out in L.A. All them brothers came from Mississippi, Arkansas, Louisiana. And when they told them they didn't want them no more, they sold grandma's house and got the hell up out of there. What are we trying to celebrate? Michael Jordan? Michael Jordan wouldn't spit on your ass if he was on fire. And I tell you, if he get out of line with that white woman that he married to, they'll drag his ass out of his house and treat him just like the nigga that he still is. Your popularity don't get you no brownie
shame
points with him. Your money don't get no brownie points with him. There are certain places that the richest black folks in this country still can't walk their ass up into. There are still spaces like that. And as long as we got these racist stuff on the books and 3/5 of a man and all this other BS that they've been put out there to separate themselves up, to keep that buffer in place, to let us know without a doubt that you ain't nothing but a slave to me in my eyes, and I don't care nothing about your babies, and I don't care how much education you got or how much money you got, you cross me, nigga, and I'll show you who you really are. Period.
Yes, sir. Yep.
That's facts.
Back. They're talking about the 3/5. They're doing 3/5 again. They're bringing it back
Listen,
up.
Amira, I can even go on your industry. All these sisters learn they but to go to school to be nurses. You know what? You think they get the top positions at these hospitals? No. They send them over to hospice care. They send you to the old folks' home. Yeah, you're going to make 6 figures. But you ain't going to have them sexy positions like in critical care, neonatal, neurological, the cardiology. You're not going to get those jobs. Those jobs are for the Africans, Indians, Pakistanians, Asians. But they send us to the old folks' home. They send our kids, our daughters, to the old folks' homes, to the hospice care, to the cancer centers, the worst places you could be a nurse. And they still put a crack over your head. Y'all can handle this from here. I'll listen in the morning.
All right, my man. I'll put you on mute.
What I got to say.
Okay, I'll put you back on mute. Okay, 281. Go ahead. We got another caller, y'all. 281. Go ahead, 281. All right.
Hey, Martin, I really don't. I want to support your show, man. You have a great show. I really don't need to say anything, and I think D Red said it all. He shut it down.
Okay.
He said every you covered from A to B.
Okay.
All right. Very good.
Okay. Well, what's y'all thoughts and comments about what the young man said, y'all? He spoke he said a lot of things, huh? Yeah.
He made it plain, man. I agree.
Yeah, he made it great. I agree with what he said. He made he covered a lot of ground with his statements. He did a great job. It is what it is, and it is what it ain't. And if you don't know that it's a difference between being in America, being black and white, that the lines are not blurred. I don't care what time we're living in, and they're talking about going back great. When was it great for us? Brother said 1950. I don't think so. I don't think 1950 was so good of us. So I don't agree with that. But that's what he's trying to go back to. He's taking 1964 was the dividing line, right? So he's talking about 1950 as the glory days. So I don't get it.
Okay, let me just say something. I want to say something in 317 defense. He did have a point that when we were segregated from white people, we had our own business. We had our own everything. We had our own everything. Our marriage rate was up too as well. The family was together and all that. It was until we integrated with white people, that's when everything just fell apart. The drugs, the guns, the gang bang, all types of stuff came in. So 317 do have a point back in the 50s and some of the 60s that black people were really doing well economically. Let me say that. Racism still exists.
Martin?
I just explained it to you guys. Listen, we didn't have to go downtown for nothing. We had our own everything. Everything was segregated. We kept everything was within our community. Our money stayed in our community because we couldn't go nowhere. We worked for the man and we had to come back home. Go ahead, 206.
Yeah, real quick, man. I agree with you 100%. But here's the in my mind at least, here's the catch. These were good things. These were wonderful things. But what we forget and what the dominant society will never tell us is the violence, the deviant and perverse murder, the race riots. A lot of these businesses and properties were taken from us during race riots, where thousands of us were killed from 1865 up until the early 60s. There was rape, there was lynching, mutilating. For some reason I can't say that tonight. I got chocolate in my mouth. I'm sorry. There's arson of black businesses, black people's homes, black people's businesses were looted. Their property was burned to the ground, and then the cracker went to the courthouse and rubbed our names off the deed and put their names on the deeds. And the crackers are still to this day living in our property. So I agree what you're saying, Martin, and what 317 is saying is absolutely true. But that's only one side of the coin.
No, I'm just saying. Listen, I said economically, we were doing better as a race of people, as a group of people.
Sure.
We were doing better.
But were we?
But yeah. Let me just say this too. We knew who the enemy was. We had no doubt. These young folks, they don't know who the real enemy is. They think somebody that's wearing the opposite color to them is the enemy, red or blue. That's what they think. Or, well, you live on this side, you live on the east side, and I live on the west side. You're the ops. We don't know who the real enemy is, a lot of young folks now. But back then, we knew who the enemy was. We knew how he did to us, what he fed us to alligators and all. We knew that. So we, listen.
Can I make a point?
Go ahead.
Hey, Martin, I didn't get a chance to speak. I just Googled how African Americans was doing in the 50s, and it says no, African Americans did not have a good economic situation in the 50s.
Okay, how come we did, brother? How come? That's a lie. How come we did? That's a lie. That's a lie. Listen, brother. Listen. First of all, you telling me you believe everything Google say? So you tell me blacks didn't have their own business, their own cleanliness. Hold on, brother. Hold it, brother. Hold it. Use your logic. We own our own bus company, our own cab company, own theaters, own cleaners, own restaurants, all these things, and we weren't doing great economically. Our own lounges.
And it clearly stated that.
Well, that's wrong. That's wrong, brother.
Gentlemen, can I just say something?
Yes.
Just a little bit. I just want people to remember that we do. Shut up, 317. We remember Black Wall Street. Whenever we do get something, we become. Just like you said, I do, and I'm gonna tell you. I agree with Martin and 317. When we are separated, when we do well. However, just like the brother, the truck driver who just got off there, he couldn't even drive his good car to work because he knew he would be a target.
Mm-hmm.
Every time we build our communities up, even when we segregated, we can do everything. Believe me, I would like to be a part. I would not mind it. Trust me, because then I know that I can trust. I'll be safe. I will feel safer. However, they look at us, they get jealous, and then they want to kill us. They want to do everything to us. They want to take it away from us. So that may be true. However, in this land of America, if we're doing good, it's going to make them mad, even if we're not even bothering them. They just don't like to see us do well.
Well, let me just say this. You're correct. But listen, as a group, we're failing. As individuals, we're winning. A lot of us on here are successful people, well established in the community, doing things. We don't have some of us don't have no financial problems. But as a group, we're failing. But in the 50s, we was winning. Economically, what I'm saying. Economically, we was winning. Why you think money can't stay in the black neighborhood? It's no businesses. We own 1/10 or 1% of business here in America. So our money could never stay in the community. We always have to outsource our money because we don't distribute anything. We don't own or control anything. Everything that look like we start.
Do you think Black Wall Street and that path, that demonstration that we have, that if we do get, you can look at Lake Lanier when it was a big good community that they put a lake over it.
Oh, okay. Let me just say this.
Let me just finish, Martin. Every time
okay.
I do agree with you.
But listen. Regardless of whether they take it or not, destroy it, they've already showed us that they are the enemy of black skin. They showed us. Don't see y'all get in your head, okay, because I'm college educated and I live in an affluent neighborhood. I'm not like those that live over there. But at the end of the day, that brother said, you still an NIGGER. That's what you are to them. With money and a little class. But we're going to let you know that we're going to flex our muscle. Look at R. Kelly. All that popularity, all that money he made. Look at Puffy. Now,
Here's a man, and I voted for him. Here's a man. Now I voted for him. Here's a man that got 34 felonies, and he the president. Look. He got a tap on the lip just like this. Now come on, now a man with 34 felonies, and he's the president. Now, by the way, people, y'all don't elect the president. It's electoral colleges that choose the president. I just want to let y'all know that. I just want to let y'all know, according to the Constitution. Now, okay, I just want to let y'all know that. But anyway, that goes to show you the morale of this country. That goes to show you these laws that they set in place is to hold us back. Now, every time any one of you guys that's successful on this live right now, the system has failed because it was not designed for us to be doctors, lawyers, nurses, politicians, nothing. And the brother said it. All they want you to do is entertain them, buck dance, sports, and that's it. That's all you need it for. That's it. Nothing else. They don't need you to be no preacher. They don't want you to be no politician. They don't want you to be no supervisor, no manager, owner of a business. They don't want you to be that. That's why they moved the goalpost. Back in 1987, it was so many, back in the 80s, it was so many black men was becoming millionaires going into the NBA. Then they came up with this student athlete to cut that out. Well, if you don't have good grades, you can't play. You're not qualified. You know, they always move the goalposts when we start winning. That's what they do, people. We just have to know how to fight. We have to adjust. I'm telling you, just like so many people was getting rich on the internet, making money. Now, all of a sudden, they chopped it down. You can't do chop it down. It's so hard now. It's so hard to make money like you used to back in the day. It's so hard. So I'm just saying, y'all people, now, I know 317 to me, and I'm going to say it, he don't know a lot of what's going on. But he did make some valid points. He did do that. So you got to give him that much credit. Right. He did. You got to give him that. So I understand.
I'll give him some validity.
But all I need for 317. 317. If you would take the time, hold on. If you take some time, brother, and read some African American history, read it. I mean, really get down into it. It will open up your eyes to another level of thinking. I know. No, but just saying, brother. See, the thing is, your talking points. Listen. Your talking points. Let me just say something, brother. And I said it when I first met you. If you put two starving lions in a cage together, what are they going to do? They're going to kill each other. You have by America, white America is controlling everything. It's called social engineer. They can engineer us fighting against each other. Okay, you get the people with the blue on the west side of Chicago, you get them guns and drugs. You get people on the east side, guns and drugs. Okay, now they finna go at each other. They know know how to do that. But let me just be quiet. I got another caller. 612. Go ahead.
I agree.
612. Go ahead. Area code 612. Go ahead.
How you doing? This is Brother Jerry calling from West St. Paul. How you, brother?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I ain't heard from you in a while, bro. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, well, I'm here, in West St. Paul, still keeping it, peaceful. But I just want to ask you, brother, sister, something tonight, because it's been laying on my heart since we talking about felonies and we talking about different things. I don't know if y'all know, but our Colonel General, his name is Keith Ellison, and he's a brother. And they just busted him in a scam for $280 million, supposed to be feeding Black African people. And I just want to say, man, a lot of things that I've been listening to, y'all got it dead wrong. Y'all got it dead wrong, because a lot of our Black politicians and a lot of our Black clergymen since the 40s and 50s, through the NAACP, brother, they had sworn to keep a lot of us down. So the 1% boulets, they are the architect of a lot of our downfall. And it started right, if you read a book called The Niagara Falls Movement by W.D. Du Bois, and you look at the terms of Booker T. Washington, how these brothers, one was going, taking us one way and the other one. Those who like the brothers like Brother Marshall, the one who was a big time lawyer out of Howard, they all was Marxists. So now you look at the Democrat Party, who are the ones destroyed Chicago? Obama, Michelle, all Marxists, living in a $38 million mansion. Have they came back home to the South Side of Chicago and seen the devastation? I talked to some politicians today, and they said, Jerry, what happened to Chicago? We was just there with y'all governor. I'm like, damn, y'all really? I said, did y'all go on in Rosen? Did I tell her? She said, yeah, we rode through there. It looked like an atomic bomb went through there. What happened to all the people? I said, they here in Minnesota, they in Indiana, they some in Texas, some they scattered. My main point is we have to get together and get the truth out.
Let me say something, brother. I want to say something. I want to correct you on one point. I don't think all the boulets, Martin Luther King was a boule. So he was for the people. Yeah, I'm just saying. Now, listen, but let me just say this. You can call it whatever you want to, but right now you are enjoying some of his fruits of his labor. All of us are.
No, sir.
We all are right now. We all are right now. Okay, you could deny that if you want to, but we are.
Reason why I'm saying is he said it out of his own mouth. He led his people astray. And see what we have to realize. He said it out of his own
okay,
mouth.
but
respect the man.
But listen to this. Listen. Let me just say something.
He needs to get that straight.
Thank you. Let me just say this, people. Everything about Martin Luther King wasn't wrong. I understood his concept, what he was trying to do. Okay. Now, did he make some mistakes? Heck yeah, he made some mistakes. Trust me. Everything about him wasn't wrong at all. At all. I just want to just say that. So don't just throw him off the cliff. Go ahead.
The reason I threw him off the cliff, because let me tell y'all this, and I hope those in Atlanta listening. In 1991, when I was doing the Thanksgiving, and y'all will tell y'all this is 1,000%, and I would die on this. Jose Williams, every year, used to bring out photographs, bring out tape recorders, and when I heard everything about Martin, his name was Michael
King.
So it was Martin King,
right?
Michael King, and when his father was going over, his name was Michael King. His father got indoctrinated by the white German Lutheran Church back in 1949, was that his father impregnated 2 German women. When he came back with the Marxists, they gave him the communist doctrine. And NAACP, and if you look at all of their founding fathers, they were Sephardic Jews, Caucasian Sephardic Jews. They the one came up with the idea of the people of color. So what they did, they used the indigenous black Wampanoag Indians. They used the Lumbees. They used the Cherokees. These were the people who looked like me and you, Martin, but they weren't black. They were Negroes. They were African. They were straight indigenous brothers and sisters. They thought in their mind that they was going to be able to come together with the civil rights movement. See, we got tricked into civil rights movement instead of our indigenous rights. That was our first passage back in the 1930s. We didn't need civil rights when we were the true owners of America. But these Sephardic Jews,
oh my God.
Yes.
Sir, I just want to ask you. So you talk about Marxism with socialism, where we're talking about overthrowing capitalism. So are you for capitalism or are you for socialism? You seem to be. I get what you're saying, and I understand. You've done this deep dive and you went down this hole. I get it. But what we're talking about is about you talking about we were the true people and all that. That may be true, but however, we still have to talk about we're not the people in power. So the true people, and it's the difference between the people that's in power. So what I'm focusing on, you could be a true person, but I need to talk about these people in power, just holding the true people down. So what you're saying is good, but right now it's sounding to me it's just rhetoric.
Okay. Well, let me explain you my rhetoric.
Respectfully.
Okay, respectfully, where was all this rhetoric 4 years ago when these immigrants in Chicago, in LA, in New York was getting billions of dollars while your brothers and sisters look like me and you was sleeping on the street, while they was opening up jobs on, they was opening up hotels, they was opening up all these factories.
That's facts. I'm not saying that. Listen, I agree with you. I come home to Chicago often, and I came and I saw all the immigrants was in. I saw it, and it was like, whoa! It was really an eye-awakening thing. I live here in Arizona. I live on the border. They don't have that here. I'm in a red state. Chicago has decided to be a sanctuary city. That's what your mayor.
I live in Arizona. Phoenix. No, you wrong, man. Our beloved Harold Washington in 1988 over there at the Lions Den. I was there as a busboy in he the one made a decision, not 88, it was like 1985. He sat down with them and he sold us out and he got whatever.
What we're talking about is today. Yeah. Brandon Johnson and also the governor has said it's a sanctuary state. So I do not disagree with you. I am angry that they are able to come across the border and get everything on a silver platter. It's wrong. It's absolutely wrong. I do not like it as well. However, your comment to me is just rhetoric. So we're talking about solutions and what we're doing now. Okay. I understand your point, but what do we do from this point on? How do we fix it? How do we maintain it? How do we go forward?
You as see.
I can't comment on this one.
If you understand that you said truth. You are the original owner of this land, sister. We as men, if you understand the Constitution of Turtle Island, see me, I'm not considered a Black American or a Negro. I have a Chicago Indigenous birth certificate from 1968, May 26th. Okay.
Are you an L or a? Are you an L or a? Are you? Okay, I'm just trying to figure out what you are, because that's in Chicago. Them L's and A's in Chicago is strong.
Do not include me with more signs or more Shamanics.
Okay,
we are totally different. I'm a full-blooded indigenous. I'm a full-blooded indigenous Choctaw from the Chafonta Nation, which my grandmothers they came to Chicago back in 1836 in Bloomington, Illinois. That's right by East St. Louis. That's all back down there. Where back then it was we practiced, and I used to go down there and tell them, if you ever from Illinois and you never went to Chicory, Illinois, you will see where Black population was there from the 1700s. So my people go back from Louisiana, Mississippi, all the way up. And when I get my ID does not say Black African American, because I was there in 1978. So only way we can control.
So are you considering yourself a sovereign? You're a sovereign citizen, is what you're saying? Are you sovereign?
I'm just American Indian, sister. That's all.
Okay,
on my birth certificate.
It's registered sovereign citizen.
I don't consider myself a sovereign citizen because our chief, she is named. You can Google her right now.
Okay.
Chief Gilliam. But what I'm trying to explain to you, if we want to get out of this situation, the only person who can save us is you sisters. You sisters is the owners of this land. And if you think I'm lying, I bet you 50,000 cash money, I would meet you in Arizona and bring it to you in the morning. You go to Kansas City, they are right now is trying to manipulate the finances that they talking about. When I try to talk to their brother, Tariq Nasheed, about this FBA BS he got going on, I said, brother, why can't we get the sisters together in Chicago, because they come out going red.
Bro,
if we going to do something,
brother, 612, let 206 say something. He wanted to say something. Go ahead, 206.
Brother 612. Can you hear me, brother?
Yes, sir.
Okay. A couple of things. The information that you gave on Martin Luther King, his father impregnated some women. His original name was Michael. First question I have is, where are you getting this information? Where can I find more about this?
Brother, you can Google her sister right now. Her name is Julius Brown from Chicago. She was an FBI informant. and she would let all out. And you also could Google brother. His name is Robert Williams and his wife Melba. They was the original Martin Luther King.
Robert F. Williams and Mabel Williams. Who you talking about, right?
Yeah, that's the
Negroes
one. Yeah,
with guns.
Brother with a pillow after he was shot in the hospital.
No, he wasn't shot in the hospital. He died in '96.
Is that the woman?
Yeah, the brother died in 1990.
Hold on, 317. Hold on, man. I'm not done with 612. 612. Can you hear me still?
Yes.
The Harold Washington did not make Chicago a sanctuary city. That was the city council of 2007. Harold Washington, what he did was he made it so that the federal government couldn't come in and looking for what they thought was illegal immigrants, because it takes more than that to be a sanctuary city, because the feds were beating the hell out of black folks, claiming that they were Jamaicans, claiming that they were Haitians. Remember the Jamaican posse in Florida and Miami, and they were shooting up. We don't need to get the address, but that's all he did. That's not a sanctuary city. The sanctuary city, Chicago, became a sanctuary city by the Chicago City Council in 2007. Officially, they became a sanctuary city then. And what was the third question? Yeah, Daly Jr. I forgot the third question, so y'all go ahead. I just want to.
Okay, let me just say something.
Thank you for that clarity.
Okay, let me just say something real quick, people. This may be our land, but who got the biggest gunpowder? That's who land it is. Who got the biggest gun? So at the end of the day, we can do all that talking and all that history, which is good, but who got the biggest pistol? Who got the most gunpowder? That's who land it is right now. Yeah. Yeah. That's who land it is.
The truth is the truth. See, right
yeah, I
now,
know. I'm not listen. I'm not denying nothing you said, brother.
If you own this land, why is we all paying taxes? Look at it right now. On the South Shore of Chicago, I get calls every day. It's over 85 black families who be living in South Shore between South Shore Drive all the way, brother, to Stony Island, who I've been knowing since I've been a child during my Funtown days. They finna lose their house at 75, 80 years old. Taxes. I know at least 10 of them know, in fact, they are indigenous to this land. I had to show them how to do the paperwork where they could seize fire on taking their houses. How many black people you know got $20,000 cash to pay taxes, but then you got people in Wisconsin, Minnesota claiming our identity, living tax-free, and kids going to college tax-free, and they claiming to be us. So what I'm saying is the only way we can stop the bleeding, we got to be, because it's true. I just found out the Pacoma Indians, they want to have a big conference with the original indigenous people because they know we coming for them. You is not the original indigenous people, but you got casinos out in Hazelcrest and whatever, and you, what they call, you appropriating our inheritance, just like how they doing in Israel. And the people who's behind that is the Sephardic Jews, because they know if you ever claim who you really are, they owe us right now, Martin, $7,000 trillion. 7,000 trillion reparations really owe to the indigenous people. See, my ancestors didn't start in 1619. My ancestor was already here. So my passion and the love for this land, it might be more, have more passion and love for it because I know I'm from here. I know I'm not from across the seas, from Ghana, Gambia. My ancestors, my grandmother, them, they from here. So therefore,
can I ask them a question?
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
Can I ask him a question right quick?
Go ahead, Marcus.
You said you were part of what Indian tribe? And I'm not being funny because it sounds familiar.
It's a Choctaw. We are Choctaw, Chata from the Trafalgar Nation, same model.
Yeah, and some of them are in Mississippi. And my family, my great grandmother was a part of that tribe.
Oseo.
Well, we all know that a black man is Chicago's founder. All of us are Chicagoans.
Well,
a black man founded Chicago.
A Haitian man, yeah.
Okay, he was not black. He was an Arawak Haitian. He was an Arawak Haitian.
Jean-Baptiste Pointe-du-Sable is his name.
Yeah,
there you go.
Yeah, but he was not black.
What was his skin tone? What was his skin tone?
Okay.
Melanated.
I'm saying. I'm just saying about the skin tone. He was black.
In 1801, when we fought against the French, the Indian tribe from Chicoy gave him
100,000 acres of land because he helped defeat the French in Springfield, Illinois. And when he came into Chicago, he married into our tribe. He was given land by marriage. He would give. So
I'm just plugging in your brother. I'm plugging into your history. I'm just saying.
Let's reiterate that because it's kind of like when y'all say Black Wall Street. Sister Sarah Rector was a full-blooded Black Seminole from Florida, and when they came to the Chisholm Trail, she won, and it should be plaqued all over the United States. Sarah Rector was a Black indigenous Cherokee Indian sister who won bankrolled Kansas. She bankrolled Oklahoma. Sarah Rector was a 15-year-old sister who bankrolled all that, and we don't even have a plaque nowhere. So let me just say
this real quick. I get it.
I know exactly who that is.
I'm not disputing everything. So what I'm telling you all now, if we look at today's politics, everything they're doing, they're taking everything out of the African American. They're taking all the African American information. They're doing everything. They're doing the same thing again. So if we don't see that it's always been their book, it's their gameplay. They erase us from history. They erase us.
If you look at the Constitution for 1968,
you guys talk about equality, and y'all talk about racism, and you talk about how y'all want equality, but yet, but yet it's okay for us. It's okay for us to say Black power, but it's not okay for them to say white power.
That's 317. I think you're missing the point. What I'm saying is that there's these brothers are on here spitting absolutely knowledge that that's not taught to us. So I'm just saying is, if we look at today's what's going on, Toni Morrison, all the Black authors, everything Black, CRT, everything. No, we can't teach them that. They're doing it again. So that's all I'm saying is they're recycling their own same playbook, and some of us are falling for it. That's it.
Well, I'm
that's
all
true.
for
it. Yeah, you know what?
Y'all gonna hate that I say this, but I don't care about them taking all this stuff out the school. I really don't. And I'll explain. But y'all don't. I know y'all don't want to hear that. I know y'all don't want to hear that. Too.
Go ahead, 206. 206. Go ahead, 206.
There's no way you think you know why if I haven't said why.
I want to know why. Can we get 317 so he can address why he doesn't care?
Yeah.
They're doing the same play.
No, tell us 317.
I want to hear it.
No, 317. Tell us how you feel. Tell why you say that. The 317. Don't back paddle. Go ahead.
We come from racial inequality. We come from not being treated the same. We come from that, right? So we know how it feels to be prejudiced against a race because we were that race that was being prejudiced against, right? But now that they're taking this stuff where you can't be saying Black power and all this African and taking it out to schools because equally we want to be equal, right? We want to be able to say Black power, but we don't want a white person to be able to say white power. White people are the only, y'all talk about a racist country, but yet in that same racist country, that white race that y'all think is supreme can't even love their own race. And they're the only race on the planet that cannot love their race. So I feel like if we walk around saying Black power, if we walk around saying,
he don't know no better, y'all.
Walk around saying Black power, if Black people can get together and have all these African names and Black power this and Black power that, why do we get upset if we hear a white person say that?
Let me respond. Let me tell you.
You gonna dance around the question.
I know why he's saying this. I know why.
Listen, Black 317. Let me tell you this. The only reason it's a difference between somebody saying white power and Black power. You understand? I don't think you get it. White power meaning that I'm powerful over everything and over the nation. Black power, when we say it, we're saying it as reverence. Like, no, we are powerful too. We're not trying to bother anybody with that. Mm-hmm. You understand? We're not trying to force.
It's a sense of unity.
We're not trying to be power over you. We're just saying we're powerful too.
So what about when the Koreans say it?
They can say it, and we can say it, and they can say it. Why can't they say it? The thing about it is they're not. It's a difference in the way you say it.
So my question is,
I'm Black and I'm proud. Does that if I say I'm Black and I'm proud, does that offend you?
Why do we have such a problem?
No, you offended yourself, really, sister, because
Why
both of y'all wrong.
if we hear a white person
317. Ain't no such thing as a white person. Ain't no such thing as a black. These are narratives were given by those who call themselves white as Caucasians. You are who you are. They are who they are. When these Caucasian people made it, if you look in the encyclopedia and you look at everything they have designed, what do black mean? Blackball, blackwash, black.
Listen, brother, let me tell you. I'm sorry. You just like down this rabbit hole. You in a rabbit hole. I'm gonna tell you. I promise you. To me, you in a rabbit hole.
See, this is the domination of a colonized land, because guess what? When I see these Caucasians, and I've been living in Minnesota, I don't address them as white. I address them who they are. You Caucasian, you Finland, you Scandinavian, because I'm not giving you power over me by calling me black. I'm not gonna give you that power. That's why the Somalians and people they have beef with so-called African Americans. Like I told them, as a child, 1978 Easter weekend, when Jesse Jackson first opened up that damn Operation Push, we was get clean up, get our little fun count band. I will never forget when the fight broke out with her name was Ann Langford, all them guys. Just Savage, they were trying to tear his head off. They said, you is setting us back. We do not want to be called, they didn't want to be called black no more. They want to be called African. I said, no, everybody didn't want that. This argument is certified in Chicago history. In 78, it was 10 years after Martin Luther King died. 10 years prior to 78, that's when it came to domination of Africa.
Okay, hold it, y'all. Hold it, y'all. I need y'all to hold it. There's only three in the whole world, people. Either you Africanzoid or you Caucasoid or Mongolian. That's it. That's it. That's it. You can call whatever you want. You fall under them three categories: Africanzoid, Caucasoid, or Mongolian. That's it. That's it. If you want to be technical, you want to be word, that's it.
No lies detected.
That's it.
First of all, it's okay. The Mongoloid and Anglo, guess what? Why do the original indigenous people in Ethiopia do not consider themselves Africanzoid?
Brother. 612. Again, Africanzoid, Mongolian, and Caucasoid. There's only three. That's it. That's it, brother. That's it.
We that's not Genghis Khan. That's Genghis Khan.
Brother. That's
from what they call the Kazakh.
Brother. That you can't get around that, brother. You can't get around that. Now you can go into black, white, and all that, but what I just said, you can't get around that. That's it, brother. We all the people in the world, all of us fall up under those categories. Trust me.
No, the Caucasian people say that, but I don't claim that, and I'm not going to claim no titles that the Caucasian people laid out. That's their science. You can't make truth into being wrong when you are. See, y'all got to understand. Y'all.
Okay. Where the word Caucasian come from? Where the word Caucasian come from? Where it come from?
The word Caucasian came from Great Pope number 6. The Pope of Rome is 1637. Yes, sir.
No.
The word white.
Caucasoid Mountain.
It's Caucasoid. Go ahead.
Martin.
Yeah.
206 jump in here.
Go ahead, 206.
Please, 206.
Okay, Caucasoid. Okay, Linnaeus was the father of taxonomy, species, genus, and all this stuff.
Yep.
But the concept is twofold. Now, listen carefully to this. Number one, the concept of a white race came from colonial America. Okay, this is in the 1600s. The ideal. Stop talking, brother. Listen. It came from the U.S. colonies for the purposes of dividing and conquering domination. To solidify and make official the concept of a white race came from an individual by the name of Johann Sebastian Blumenbach. Okay?
Yes.
He came up with the concept of Caucasoid. This fool was an early anthropologist. Anthropology was in its infancy back when he came up with this concept. He came across, listen to this is important. He came across a skull that this weirdo thought was the most beautiful skull he had ever seen. It was the skull of a young prepubescent female. Wait a minute now. And he said this skull is so beautiful in the Caucasus Mountains that this must be where the white race comes from. Now check this out. After 9/11, you had, wait a minute, after 9/11, you had it started in 2003, you had the war in Iraq and Afghanistan, right? And you see all these white boys, whether they're police officers or soldiers, with these Punisher skull logos, right? That's not what the skull is. It's a white supremacist symbol, and what they're saying is that we're doing this skull on their uniforms and their placards harkens back to Johann Sebastian Blumenbach's official establishment of a white race following the lead of colonial America, which happened like 100 years prior. Johann Sebastian Blumenbach. Write the name down. Do your the Punisher. The Punisher logo. That's the
Punisher. That's the Punisher. Say it, brother. That's the Punisher.
Okay, so we know Johann. Johann was a Sephardic Jew, brother. So everybody that he was a Sephardic Jew, and he the one came up with that. So you right about that, but he was a Sephardic Jew.
And your point is?
And my point is, when it comes to Dr.
just like the rest of them.
Exactly.
Wow.
Okay, if you Google right now, why did the President of the United States, Benjamin Franklin, start calling those who was over here swarthy in 20? Do you know who a swarthy person is?
I don't heard the term, so I couldn't tell you.
I've never heard of that.
It's supposed to be a dark-skinned person. It's supposed to be a dark-skinned person. But I don't use that term. But go ahead.
Okay. In 1601, when Hernando de Soto, the one that my ancestors had to fight in New Orleans from all the way to Melbourne, Mississippi, all over there, and y'all need to listen very close. They did this to separate our tribes and our people by Negro, mulattoes. These names was given by those who colonized the land. So when I tell brothers and sisters, get real deep, because just like Michael King, his father and Elijah Muhammad, them brothers were full-blooded Yamasis. Before he became a Moor, before he came the next, he was a Moor. And he was on that path because he knew the only way we could be free, only way you could get land and get our land back, we had to tribe up. And this is when the indoctrination came in 1901, 1906 with the Boulets and with the NAACP. They did not care about being indigenous no more. And if you Google right now, the last revolution that we had, they didn't teach us this. You Google 1956 to 1958, 30,000 black Lumbee Indians, we fought against the Ku Klux Klan, and they never taught us that because we were fighting for land rights in North Carolina, South Carolina, and Georgia. Then they killed all them black Indians in Lennar, like the sister said, in Lanier. They blew up them transmitters and they blew up that land and flooded them people out, brother.
Let me just put this out there. The history of how Chicago became a sanctuary city, the news articles you may want to read, I'm putting that in the chat now.
Yeah.
Documents, baby, documents. If you ain't got documents behind what you're saying, you ain't saying nothing.
Exactly. And you got to
back it up with facts. Yeah, but the thing about it is, I'm an African American. I really did the actual African ancestry. I know my ancestry from there. I've done all three. The 20 million one, the African ancestry, the Glowing Black, and I did the ancestry.com. So I have traced everything back, and I actually got the papers back to me. So for you to be claiming to be of this Indian tribe, and if you want to go, if you can prove that because you have to have so much blood in you to be even considered one of them. They got that down pat. You got to. If you don't bring their DNA papers to them, you are not one of them.
Hey, do you know
it could be your mouth service?
Okay, when now you got to get your new ID with the gold star on it, right?
I have that already.
Okay. Do you know the state of Minnesota, when I gave them my birth certificate, And when I gave them my DNA from Mississippi, they looked at me like, wow. And when they turned over back, saying I was born 1968 in Chicago, Cook County, Illinois, they said, wow, he is, they want to talk to me in DMV. They said, so you really a true American? I said, here's my DNA. My grandmother was a full-blooded Choctaw. And here's my DNA. Here's from Shelton County, Mississippi, and my mother.
Well, brother, if you have the percentage that America gives, it's a percentage. For you to claim that, you have to show them that it has to be on paper. And you can be sovereign. Then you don't have to be American.
No, because they did this by design. It's called Walter Placker. And those who know who Walter Placker was,
I'm just saying what I know to be true. For any black people, any person on this slide to call themselves of a actual indigenous person with the tribe, you got to have so much percentage of your blood for them to accept you into there. And then you don't have to subscribe to America, because then you're part of a tribe.
No, it don't work that way, sister. Because right now we just got 30,000. You Google right now, we just got 30,000 acres back to my family from some shit happened in 1831 from the Catholic state. We just got that land back. I just found this out 3 months ago. Nobody in Mississippi, Louisiana called in St. Malo, Louisiana. The Catholic Church just gave my great auntie them, they united, just gave them back land. So this DNA thing is for those who are on these reservations. That these people are Siberians. Some of them was brung in the 1900s. These people was not indigenous to this land. So therefore, the Caucasian person, this is their science to bring trickery among us originally, because they know we own this land.
And that's where we're sent. And I'm gonna tell you, and that's what the topic is about. That the Anglo-Saxons or the Caucasian or the Caucasoid, we're talking about the power, the structure of power of America against those who don't look your color. I don't care what I do care about you saying, but they don't care about what you're talking about. When they ride up on a horse or in their quads, they aren't gonna say, "Oh, you indigenous and she black." No, they're not gonna do that. So what we're talking about is the powers that be, and how do we matriculate through this system as one. And Martin, I have never been on your live this long. I have not hanged up.
I appreciate you. I appreciate you. I appreciate you.
We appreciate you.
This is crazy.
I appreciate
you. I'm just saying, and I'm the only female in this conversation. Why?
That sounds like it.
Well,
I'm just saying to this.
Well,
I'm just saying.
Well,
we just need to understand that we are our skin tone makes us one people. I don't care what you're talking about.
I said the same thing.
Afro Latino, and she can speak Spanish, but she looks like me. They don't ride up on us and see us differently. That's the only thing I want everybody to understand. There's no difference. Her complexion, my complexion. She may speak this fluent Spanish, and I'm English. We got the same tone, but she was her dysphoria. She was her people was put on that land. They don't see no difference. So there should not be a difference in a collective, because they don't see it. And until we get that mindset, we're no different. And we need to actually come together on that point. Because if we all come together and start saying, and instead, just listen to me just for one moment. Because we have, in this last election, we have people, I'm Latino or whatever, and they looking just like me. But they can have a chance. I remember growing up in Chicago, and the application said, was you Black American or was you Black Latino? You don't see Black Latino no more. You see white Latino, because they need the numbers. And if you're not seeing the whole, you have to step back and look spatial. Look at spatial. Look at this shit. I'm sorry to cuss, but look at it. It used to be Black American, Black Hispanic. There was never a box on there that said white Hispanic. Now there's no box on there that says Black Hispanic. It's white Hispanic.
They started being white in 1946. Do your research. And I grew up.
I understand what you're saying, but I was born in 1972. And from my experiences, going to put in my job applications in Chicago, it was Black Hispanic, Black American, and then it was only a box for white. Now, all of a sudden, because the numbers, they need the numbers. Now, I don't see Black Hispanic. I see white Hispanic, white, and then Black African American. That's it.
But the word Hispanic,
So it's a game. It's a game. If you're not looking, if you're not looking at the game, and I promise you, if anybody from Chicago know about game, that shit is game. That's game.
But the word Hispanic didn't come out to the 1980s. Even if people,
I don't care what you're talking about. I don't care. I'm just saying. I don't care when it came out. I'm just saying what's being in front of us. I'm saying what's in front of us. If you know, if you are of my age, I'll be 53 in June. I remember black, Hispanic, and then white. And now all of a sudden, black Hispanic is no longer there. It's only white Hispanic and white, and then just black. You have to. We need to understand what's going on. They losing their numbers. They not the majority. It's the facade.
Well, so the census
that's all I'm saying.
The census say if you are Hispanic origin, you are considered white. That's what the census says. You can Google that right now.
Now, but back then it wasn't that. They wasn't accepting them. But they need the numbers now. Why do you? No, wait a minute. Let me, as a woman, let me tell you this. Why they were so important? Why it was so important for them to take the rights from women? I'm out of my birthing stage. But I see it. They saying that their numbers are going down. They're getting ready to be the minority by so and so many years. That it's prediction. They're going to be the minority. They're actually manipulating everything to consider to stay the minority. And if you don't see it, I'm sorry. I happen to recognize it.
You better catch up. For the past 4 census, they consider Hispanic, Latinos, they considered in the last 4 census. You can Google it right now. They told them they had to change to Caucasian because they are part of the Spanish European race. So they made
brother. You can say. Let me tell you this. I'm saying before what you're talking about. It was black. They were considered black. They didn't even want. They was not considered white. I don't care what skin tone they was. They was actually Hispanic or black Hispanic. Never was it on the box that you was white Hispanic. When I was growing up, when I came up, when I was doing my job applications as a teenager in Chicago, I didn't see that. Now all of a sudden, black Hispanics is gone. It's only white Hispanics. So I appreciate what you're saying. I'm just telling you my truth and what I see and what I know about the numbers and what they're trying to say in the majority.
It's in the federal government census. You were born in 72. I was born in 68. So it's a whole lot of difference from the time when you was born 5 years prior to that, from 75 to 78. And like you said you were African American. I was there when the word came out the nigga mouth, Jesse Jackson. So you became something 6 years. You was born. He birthed it in 78, but then he brought it to life in 1988.
So guess what? Me and you are the same. So I'm not disputing what you're saying. I'm not just 1968 and 1972 listen.
No, we ain't the same.
Stop, no, you're not gonna manipulate me. You're not gonna do that. What I'm saying to you, I'm gonna say this. Whatever you're saying to me, it does not negate that there is no longer black Hispanics on anything. It's only white and white Hispanics, and then it's black. And I'm telling you, they're manipulating the numbers so they can always be in the majority. You can say what you want to say, but I'm telling you my experience and what I see. You can not agree with me, whatever. I'm just saying in my opinion.
Okay. Hold it, brother. Hold it, brother. We're gonna leave it right there. We're gonna let sister she got the last word. I'm not even gonna say nothing. I'm gonna sign off. We'll say some of this good stuff for tomorrow, man. We can come back with some Black History points or melanated points or Native American points. We can come back with some real points tomorrow. I'll rewind it or rerun it or whatever. And
Bless your soul, Martin.
yeah.
I hope I don't ever get caught up on this line.
No, you didn't get caught up. I think you was wonderful. I mean, listen. I want you to. I listen to everybody. I listen to 307, even though 317. I don't agree with a lot of what he said, but I did agree with one or two things. But that's it. But he got to read some books. He don't really know, y'all. He don't know.
He don't know. I mean, bless his heart, he just don't know. You got to be patient. I didn't know until I got in my 40s. I didn't know until I got in my 40s. Some things you just don't know, you know. You just don't know. You know, I understand him.
Hey, Martin.
Yeah.
Hey, Brother Martin, I just want to say one thing. Could anybody grab this book called The Destruction of the Black Civilization by Chester Williams? Then you'll understand where I'm coming from. Chester Williams, The Destruction of the Black Civilization.
Half of us have read it already.
Yeah, I got that book.
Okay, so then we already know where we at.
Okay.
Amen.
It's a good book. No, it's a good book. If you ain't read it, read it.
Yeah. I got it, but I haven't read it though. I got this in my storage. Yeah.
Audio books are on there now. You can listen. You don't even have to read. You can listen to
No,
them.
I like to read. I like to.
But for those who don't want to, you can actually listen.
Right.
Brother Martin, the book's not going to help you in storage, brother. How you going to read it in storage?
Brother, listen. I'm just being honest. Listen. I got at least 20 books right now under my foot right now, right up under this desk that need to be attended to. So it's more than just that one book. I got a lot of books right up under right here. I was just looking at them yesterday. We was talking about cleaning up. I said, "Oh Lord, let me clean my little office up." Yeah, but man, it's so much information out here, people. I don't just read black books. I read white books too as well. So. It ain't just got to be a black author. You read them all. Don't limit yourself. We have to learn things like that, you know, and we have to challenge. And let me just say this: everything on Google is not true, people. All right, let's get that. That's not Bible. Google is not Bible, people. Okay, it's not Bible. It's a great reference. I appreciate Google, but it's not Bible. It's not law. Everything on it's not law. You got to remember who writes it, who controls it, who manipulates it. All right. All right, people. Good night or good morning, 207. Thank y'all for hanging.
The truth and shame the devil.
That's it. That's it. That's it. Okay. That's it. That's it.
Tell the truth
and what?
And shame the devil.
Y'all hang.